If you're wanting to get into content creation but you don't know where to start or what type of gear you need, this video is for you. Whether you are making short videos for TikTok, Reels, Shorts, whatever, or you're wanting to make long form videos, I hope you'll find something in this video that you find useful. If you have any questions about content creation, filming, editing, anything like that, let me know. I have a handful of videos already on my channel, but I'm always happy to help answer any questions you might have. Everything mentioned in this video will be linked in the description below, so if you are interested in any of these products, go check out the description. A lot of the things on this list will be good for either short form or long form, or both, but the camera I'm using is my primary filming camera for YouTube videos and not social media videos. This is the Sony ZV-1. I currently have it on a tripod, and I love this little flip screen so I can see that I'm in frame and everything like that. I love this camera. I've had it for about a year now. I just feel like it has helped my videos look more professional. I feel like it's a very easy to use, beginner friendly camera. You don't need to mess around with like all the lighting and exposure settings. I literally just have this on auto and look at how nice it looks. I feel like the audio is great. I never really feel like you can't hear what I'm saying. So overall, highly recommend this camera if you're looking for a vlogging camera or any sort of camera for filming YouTube videos. However, I just want to preface the rest of this video by saying just use what you have to get started. I started with my iPhone and I feel like that didn't hinder my growth at all, but it got to a point where I was, first of all, running out of space constantly, and I just wanted my videos to look a little bit better, so I upgraded to this camera and I have been so happy with it. I'm going to make a follow-up video on my review on this camera a year later, but I'll just say it here now. I still love it just as much as day one, if not more. Now, if you get the camera, it has an option to do like the content creator kit, and if you do, it comes with this little tripod stand, which is super sturdy. You just set this on the table and it's not flimsy. You can adjust the view and everything with this little thing right here. But what I like is that you can start and stop recording with this. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave this on the tripod stand and show you that all I have to do is click the photo button. It'll make that noise, and then if I click it, it takes the photo. Same thing with the movie. You just start and stop, and it's that simple. I love that I can start and stop recording with this button. Usually I will have this attached to the camera, and it's just easier for me, like I can't see the buttons, it's just easier for me to press this button. The other kind of must-have item with this camera, but I'm sure other cameras have something similar, is an external battery charger that comes with extra chargers. This came with 2 off-brand batteries and I've never had any issues with them. It also has slots for 2 memory cards right here, but the nice thing is it tells you the charge of each battery. So this one's dead, this one's charged. So if this battery were to die, I would know to choose this one. But then you just plug it in and you charge all 3 batteries, or 1 or 2, however many's in here. You charge them all at one time. Saves you time. You don't have to worry about charging each one individually like my Nikon and Canon camera batteries were. And if you are gonna be filming longer videos, just having extra batteries is pretty much essential. So make sure you're getting extra batteries regardless of what camera you go with. So obviously the next most important thing to me is my iPhone. I use this all the time. I use this for all of my TikTok, Reels, those types of videos, social media videos, and photos I take on here. I just feel like there's no point using a bigger file size, and I don't really think TikTok really wants to see super high quality videos anyways. I think it would look a little weird to have a video like this nice looking. I don't know. If I'm doing any sort of like travel vlog, I just find it so much easier to whip out my phone than my camera. So I will sometimes film horizontal for YouTube videos on my phone if I'm doing travel vlogs, or if I'm out in front of anyone besides myself. I get so embarrassed whipping out my camera. You most likely already have a tripod for your phone, but I definitely recommend having one. I have this one, which is like a selfie stick. I don't love it. It's great for just propping up, and it's kind of like the camera where it props out like this, but this is like insanely more sturdy, and this falls over. So if you have this extended at all, your phone's falling over. So it's great for taking selfie photos, but not for filming. So I only ever use it if I want to film like just straight on. But at that point, like I can oftentimes just prop my phone up on something. So I don't use this a ton. I just actually found it a couple weeks ago and I've been trying to use it a little bit, but I don't know. I don't love it. This is the tripod mount thing that I use. It clasps onto the desk or wherever. And then I like that each part tightens on itself. I can get overhead shots very easily. This thing moves all around, so I can film horizontal or vertical very easy overhead. I can also get like this angle when I do my coloring videos and be like that. I just can't find this exact one on Amazon anymore, but just look for one like this. Don't waste your time with any of the gooseneck type of tripod mount things. It's not worth it. Get a sturdy one like this that you can adjust and tighten up. Whether you are using exclusively your phone or you're using a camera or you're doing a little bit of both, I highly recommend having an external hard drive. I have 2 external hard drives. I have one for all of my design files and everything I've ever created since like probably 2018 on that hard drive. I have a separate one just or videos. But yeah, so I highly recommend getting in the habit of transferring your stuff to an external hard drive pretty consistently. I'm not very good at this, I'll be honest. I probably haven't done this in a few months, maybe longer, but I need to get better about it because it would be very worth it to have just a backup somewhere. Like I couldn't imagine losing all my stuff. I'd have a lot of fear around that. Definitely recommend getting an external hard drive. They are around like $50, $60, $70, something like that. It's worth it just to have a couple extra terabytes. Next on my essential list might be a little bit controversial, but the Adobe Creative Suite is a must-have for me. I couldn't imagine not having Adobe. And I know there are great alternatives out there. There's Canva, there's Affinity, there's DaVinci. Like there are a lot of things out there, but I have been using Photoshop since 7th grade, which was over 15 years ago. I don't even know what year, probably like close to 20 years ago, 2 decades. I have been using Photoshop. I don't love how much money I'm spending, but I use Photoshop, Illustrator, Lightroom, Premiere on a weekly, if not daily basis. So I have the whole suite. The whole reason I'm using Premiere Pro is because I had the Creative Suite and I was like, wait, why not try using this? It has to be better. It's included with my thing. I might as well use it. I use it all the time though. I couldn't live without it. And I truly am someone who's set in my ways. Like I said, I have learned these programs for decades. Even Illustrator I've had for over a decade. So those 2 alone, I have just been using for so long, I couldn't imagine switching. This is a must-have for me, 100%. And this is an expense I just know I have to budget for every year. And I know that it's gonna be expensive, but it's worth it to me. And it's a tax write-off. The next thing on my list is completely free. So we went from something super expensive to something free. Even though it's free, I would pay for this. I would pay yearly. However, Notion, if you're listening, don't start charging, please, because I love that you're free. I don't want to have to start paying for you, but I would if I had to, but I don't want to. So please don't change. If you've been around my channel for any time, you've probably seen me talk about Notion. You've probably seen me use it. I use Notion for everything, but specifically content creation. I don't know how I could stay organized without it. I love having a database where I can compile all my ideas, mark that I'm scripting it or ready to film or I'm editing it or it's posted or anything like that. I like being able to have all those statuses. I like all the different views you can have in Notion. You can have, what do they call it? Like a Kanban board or something where it's like the columns. You can have a calendar view. You can have a list view. I love it. I couldn't live without it. If you're curious to see my dashboard, I do have a video that I went over at the beginning of the year talking about my whole dashboard and how everything works. But if you have any questions on Notion, let me know. It's been a lifesaver, especially with content creation. I would not be able to keep my YouTube schedule straight without it. Now, the last thing on my list is a external mic. This is the DJI mic. And it comes with this little thing that you clip onto yourself. This whole container is a charging thing, if I remember correctly. One of these things plugs into your phone, and then there's also like a little puff ball thing you can put on the, you have probably seen people holding this up and it has a little puff ball on top of it. People use this all the time in TikTok videos. My friend Kendra gifted that to me. She does a really great job of showing off how it can be used with YouTube videos. She'll put up her camera or iPhone or whatever, and then she'll be like across the room and holding the mic. I haven't used it in that way, but what I could see myself doing is using it at the beach or whatever, so that if I'm talking and want you to be able to hear me and not the waves or people around me, that's one way. I also could see myself using it when I'm out in the garden. I made this video last year of me planting my garden and everything, and I was walking away from everything. It would have been nice to have that mic on me. So this year I'll definitely have that. I've seen people use it where they'll put it on their kids if they're vlogging and just be able to pick up the audio of what their kids are saying, because sometimes you can't hear everything kids are saying. Now, I don't really condone like making your kids your content, but that is another way I've seen it used. The way I've personally used it and the way I'll personally use it the most right now is with coloring videos for TikTok, like ASMR. So I'll just plug that into my phone. The only issue is the tripod I use sits right there. So I have to get a new tripod that holds maybe on the side so that I can plug the mic thing in. So I hope I get to use this more this year. I'm sure I will. I've only had this for like a couple months now. So that's everything on my list of must-haves or essentials as a content creator. If you're also a content creator, I would love to know what your must-haves are and if there's anything I missed on this list. If you have any questions about creating YouTube videos or just anything in general like that, leave them in the comments and I'm happy to help. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I will see you next time. Bye.